everybody, and welcome back to Command & Conquer 3 Kane's Wrath, and our featured matchup for the day brings us to the map Tournament Rift. And spawning over on the far left-hand side as the red-black hand, we have Cyberstorm. And his opponent for today on the right-hand side, also spawning as the green-black hand, we have Dimitery. So I know what you guys are thinking, oh my god, it's going to be a black hand mirror matchup, but that is okay. It's been a little while since we've actually seen some games. I do apologize for taking a bit of an impromptu vacation there. Interesting, it's going to be double rocket squad coming out here from Cyberstorm, so not sure exactly what he's got in mind. Maybe going to be looking to go for a little bit of harvester harassment. He does have 4 of those squads running right down the middle, and I'm pretty sure these guys did choose their factions, so they knew what they were going to be up against. So this could actually be pretty interesting here. If Cyberstorm is able to get in and do some damage to some harvesters, he could at least force them off of the line, which might be beneficial here in the early game. We'll have to see. Shredder turrets can also do quite a bit of work here, so I'm interested to see what he's able to do with it. He may follow it up with some kind of a flame rush. Yeah, this is building way too fast to be another refinery. Unless it's a double war factory all in here, I'm honestly not sure what his plan is. And we do have a raider buggy coming out here, so it looks like Cyberstorm going to be looking to snipe the raider buggy, but unfortunately going to be getting spotted there. And only going to get 1 set of rockets off on the raider buggy. In the meantime, we do have the operations center down here for Cyberstorm, so going to be looking to go into some form of flame rush. And it is going to be a Reckoner coming out straight away, so it looks like going to be using the Reckoner to come in and join forces with these rocket squads. More than likely going to be having those rocket squads hop in once that garrison, or rather once that Reckoner does deploy. That is only a single black hand Reckoner there, so not terribly scary. And in the meantime, we did see Dimitery send an engineer down to the bottom side of the map to grab one of the southern Tiberium spikes. But in the meantime, the infantry in the center of the map just continuing to wait this one out. They are on the move now, likely going to be joined here by this Reckoner. There's a couple of bikes out here from Cyberstorm as well. So a lot of aggression coming out from Cyberstorm early on. He's only on 2 harvesters, 1 refinery. However, the Reckoner will get all the way in, and it looks like it's going to focus here on the refinery. And Dimitery going to try to sell Hand of Nod balls to try to drop that ball on top of the Reckoner here, see if he can burn it down a little bit quicker. Rocket Squad's going to be trying to focus down the bikes as they are coming down. Refinery getting burnt down pretty heavily here, and I don't think that Dimitery's going to be able to save this. That refinery will be going down, and a lot of bikes here for Dimitery have gone down as well, so very nice early aggression here from Cyberstorm. However, there are a lot of Cabal squads out here for Dimitery now. He should be able to hold off against the remaining bikes that are going to be joining the battle. However, now all of the harvesters are going to be limited to just that one field. More than likely, Dimitery going to be forced to build another refinery. May actually look to go more aggression here to try to counter the aggression here coming out from Cyberstorm. Because Cyberstorm has an option here. He can either look to go for more aggression, which he's done, going to be going for more of those bikes, or he could look to transition into more eco here and look to try to capitalize on the fact that he's got Dimitery kind of pigeonholed into his base right now. This is interesting. He's forcing Dimitery to build units, which he doesn't want to be building right now. He wants to be building a refinery. It looks like he is working on that second refinery. And in the meantime, we have a second war factory down here from Cyberstorm, so may actually see an MCV cell. No, that's it. Yes, there it is. It's going to be a double war factory all in here. It is going to be a very, very delayed double war factory all in. However, there are bikes coming in now and going to be looking to harass Cyberstorm's base here, and I don't think Cyberstorm has actually seen these bikes just yet. He has sent some bikes back for repair, and that's going to be very lucky to have them back at base. Dimitery going to be rolling in here and likely going to be able to spot the fact that there aren't any defenses for these harvesters. There's absolutely nothing here. The bikes moved out of position. They're going to be joining the battle now. However, 1 harvester going to be going down for sure. And now the question is, will Dimitery lose all of his bikes on the way out? He's trading pretty well with the bikes here from Cyberstorm. However, he does manage to lose all of his bikes, down to 2 harvesters there. And Cyberstorm really heavy on the aggression, but now Dimitery is up to double refinery and 3 harvesters here. Actually, 4 harvesters, so his eco in really good shape right now. A number of raider buggies here on the front lines for Cyberstorm. Going to be looking to thin this infantry force. He's trying to thin the numbers before they get into too large of a mass. Going to be looking to camp out these Hands of Nod as well. I think that's a smart move. These raider buggies are having a very difficult time being dealt with here by Dimitery. He just doesn't seem to have the units that he needs in order to stop this. The question is, can Cyberstorm do any meaningful damage to these harvesters? 1 harvester going to be getting sniped straight away there. Cyberstorm, or rather Dimitery, a little late on pulling that one. And another harvester going to be going down in the mix as well. So just unrelenting pressure here from Cyberstorm. In the meantime, Dimitry is counter-attacking here. Going to be looking to attack the Harvesters. One Harvester's pulled off the line. The other Harvester is going to get focused down. So if Dimitry is able to recognize that there's only one Harvester left here for Cyberstorm, this could be devastating. That one Harvester is going to be microed back around. You can see the bikes are returning back to base. Cyberstorm realizes how critical it is to keep that Harvester alive, and he's going to lose it. He loses his last Harvester. I don't know if he's got enough. He's got Tib Spikes. He's got Tib Spikes, and where's the Engineer? Did the Engineer go down? The Engineer must have gone down. However, Refinery being sold off here, it looks like Dimitry did lose all of his Harvesters as well. But another Refinery coming down straight away from Dimitry, so he is still in this game. However, Cyberstorm's struggling to build another Harvester here. He's going to sell up. He's going to try to sell up and commit all in here onto Dimitry. This is really risky, but I guess that's kind of what he has to do at this stage. I mean, he's got double spikes. He knows that he's eliminated the spikes here from Dimitry. Actually, I don't think he knows about this bottom Tib spike. So one Tib spike advantage over to Cyberstorm. However, Dimitry won't be completely cut off from resources if he is able to keep that Tib spike alive down on the bottom side of the map. But that is a lot of bikes coming in here from Cyberstorm, and I don't know how Dimitry is going to hold off against this. He's got a fair bit of infantry here, but if those bikes just run in and kill the Harvester, this is going to be massive losses here for Dimitry as he's really struggling to get his eco back online. It looks like the Raider Buggy's trying to draw fire here, trying to pull that infantry out of position so that this Harvester can get sniped. One rocket does get fired off, but going to be trading that out for a bike. And now Cyberstorm is trying to pull those bikes back. He does need to keep these alive. He needs desperately to keep those alive. However, there are more reinforcements going to be joining the front lines as well. Double Spike Economy is able to produce those Raider Buggies actually pretty easily. Now the question is, can Dimitry weather the storm? I think the answer is going to be no, because he just doesn't seem to have the eco to hold off against this. He's trying desperately to keep this Harvester alive. He's got all of his infantry bunched up around here on the Tiberium. Unfortunately, going to be losing that power plant. Smart decision there from Dimitry to actually sell that off. Going to be getting his infantry unit as well as a bit of cash back, knowing that he wasn't going to be able to defend it anyways. Now the power plant being dropped here by Dimitry, but it's really just going to be critical here for Dimitry to not take too many cost-ineffective trades here. And actually, unfortunate hallucinogenic grenades coming in there from Cyberstorm. Going to be very, very devastating here for Dimitry, and now the bikes are committing back in. Going to be able to snipe the last Harvester here from Dimitry. I think that's GG. I think that is GG. It looks like Cyberstorm may have, in fact, just done it here. I don't know. Even if Dimitry sells up his refinery and his power plant, I don't know if he can actually recover from this. He's moving out with his MCV, maybe going to be looking to use this as an opportunity to push in and try to snipe the base, the remaining base from Cyberstorm. I don't know if he's actually identified the fact that Cyberstorm only has a war factory left. But Hand of Nod drop's going to be coming in, and Raider Buggy's just going to be taking cost-effective trades here as they can just sit there and tank that front lines, look to snipe down the rocket squads, and then continue to snipe away at these units. Only a tiny bit of infantry here for Dimitry. A very, very strange game. But again, dual spike advantage over to Cyberstorm right now. It looks like Dimitry is on the move, going to be moving out towards the center of the map here. Not sure what he's trying to do. It looks like he's trying to close the distance on Cyberstorm. Maybe realizing, he must be realizing now that Cyberstorm is struggling so much for cash. I think if Dimitry realizes this, he can actually look to steal away the Tib spikes and really just stranglehold, or rather choke out Cyberstorm in this game. Scorpion tanks coming out now from Cyberstorm. I think that's a mistake. I mean, he needs something, I guess, to kill the MCV, and bike's pretty squishy against that that infantry force, and I guess he can use the Scorpion tanks to actually look to go for some crushes on that infantry as well. However, those Scorpion tanks are pretty expensive, and he is going to have to wait a long time for those Tib spikes to be able to produce them. Dimitry going to be moving forward with this MCV. Again, no eco for him just yet. And let's take a quick look and see what he has left for money. He's only got 798 credits, 800 credits. As you can see, it's stacking up a little bit here. And it looks like Cyberstorm is going to move around with a couple of bikes. If Cyberstorm was paying attention, I think he would come down here and take a look at these Tib spikes, look to snipe those away, knowing that Dimitry is starved out for cash as well. However, at this stage, Dimitry could look to drop a Rax here on the front line and look to go all in himself. Try to spam out some of that infantry. Cyberstorm looking to clean up any buildings on the back side of things. Going to be realizing that there's no infrastructure left here for Dimitry back at home. And now the question is, who is going to be able to put more pressure on here? Cyberstorm going to be under a lot of pressure here. He's got a lot of Raider Buggies, and the Scorpion tanks are going to draw fire here for a moment. Otherwise, a lot of crushes are going to be coming off. and those Scorpion tanks are doing their job. They're absolutely taking and absorbing the pressure here from Dimitri. Both of the Scorpion tanks have been cleaned up, and now the Raider buggies are in such large numbers, I don't think Dimitri can actually defeat this. Now the bikes are actually joining the battle as well. An elite bike out from Cyberstorm, and I think he's got enough to kill Dimitri, and that is going to be it. A very, very strange ending to a very strange game. But Cyberstorm going to be closing it out there in the final few minutes. 10 minutes and 36 seconds on the clock, a lot longer than I thought it would actually be. I thought this game was going to go a lot shorter, considering the situation that we saw early on. Cyberstorm going all in and then being forced to go all in even further than that by selling up his infrastructure to get out just some additional units to put some pressure on Dimitri. But smart move there from Cyberstorm. He realized that Dimitri was going to go back into kind of more of an eco play, realizing that he was really starved for cash. It was going to take him a long time to recover if he did choose to go that route, and he was able to capitalize on that early pressure by selling up some of his remaining buildings and just look to commit with those forces there. So very smart play there from Cyberstorm. Again, not the highest level play that we've ever seen, but a pretty interesting game nonetheless. Only 10 minutes and 36 seconds on the clock. Let's take a quick look at the resources. You can see Dimitri had the advantage for the majority of the game there, as Cyberstorm did sell off his only refinery back at about five and a half minutes in. So he was just working off of that double spike economy towards the later portion of the game, but Dimitri just not able to hold on to his last harvester and get out enough units to try to trade cost effectively against Cyberstorm. That was really what he needed to do at that stage in the game, was just make sure that Cyberstorm wasn't able to get super cost effective trades, but the problem was the unit composition was just not in Dimitri's favor, as Cyberstorm just had too many units on the field. So anyways, that's going to be it here for me today, folks. I hope you all enjoyed the game, and I'll catch you all next time.